Welcome back to the USS Titanic. I am your host and your captain. And the Houston Astros dropped 3 games against the Kansas City Royals in Kansas City.
They aren't.
The vibes are at an all-time low if you get online right now.
They aren't the Kansas City Royals of yesteryear.
I warned everyone on the last podcast that the Royals are a good team.
They're a good team.
But we'll jump into it just right away. It's cold open. B-Dog is on the IL. He'll be back next week. Josh is filling in. We got Garrett behind the camera.
What's good?
Next man up mentality.
Next man up.
Here at Apollo.
Something a certain team kind of needs right now.
Look, sometimes you get your ass beat. It's how you bounce back. And the Astros got their ass beat. There's no way to sugarcoat it.
Hey, what do you say all the time? It's a marathon, not a sprint.
It's a marathon, not a sprint. Yeah. Game 1 kind of sums up everything that's happened this season, I think. You play with your food, you go to bed hungry.
Yeah.
And the Astros had
That's
a
a bar.
chance. That's a bar. You had a chance to put a team away. I think they put 3 runs and 10 hits on Cole Reagans. They stranded 35 runners.
That's the game you should have won, for sure.
And you have some plays that aren't made. They put 3 on Javi. Your bullpen is actually what when you signed Josh Hader for $95 million in the offseason, you got the performance finally from Montero to Abreu to Presley to Hader. And you lose in the extra innings. Salvador Perez did Salvador Perez things against the Houston Astros, and you lose game 1.
Yep.
And game 2 and game 3 were not fun. I mean, none of it was fun. None of it is fun at all.
I didn't like it. I didn't like it at all.
And look, you get your ass beat. It's how you bounce back. You have the Rangers in town. The good thing, you have Spencer Arringhetti gets called up to the show, makes his major league debut. I think the exit velocity on cumulative hits he gave up was probably average of 82.5 miles an hour.
Yeah. I'm excited to see how he bounces back in start 2.
Yeah, he looked amped. I mean, that first few innings, and I got dragged on the internet because I said we don't rebuild, we reload, and then 7 spot the following inning. That was rough.
Yeah, but that just was vintage 2015 Royals shit.
Yeah. Oh, I think you nailed it.
Death by 1,000 cuts.
Yes.
It was just little jam shot, CNI single, jam shot, down the line. Like, I mean, he wasn't throwing bad pitches. It was all on the edge. It was a lot of those hits were balls out of the zone. Like, what are you going to do?
And I think Chandler had a really good piece, and he has a quote from Spencer Arringhetti that I'm going to butcher, but it was something along the lines of like, he's amped to go look at the film and see what he can do to improve himself. That's what you get from an ultra competitor, and that's what Spencer is.
Yeah.
I think when he ran a cutter on Isbell's hands, shatters a bat, leaves his thumbs at the plate, and it's a squibbler to shortstop that doesn't even get to shortstop. It doesn't even get out of the infield grass, and you're just kind of like, oh shit, here we go again.
Yep.
Like I think everything.
Domino effect after that. Yeah.
A straight domino effect. And so Murphy's Law. That's what you can. The last 14 games is Murphy's Law
exactly what
to a T.
So I looked it up. The Astros are 1-5 currently in games decided by 2 or less runs. They've had so many close games where they should have won. They had their best relievers in there with a chance to win it. They had their best guys up at the plate late in the innings with a chance to drive runners in to win the game, and they just haven't executed up to this point.
That's why we're not hitting the panic button yet. That's why Apollo.
Well, yeah, I mean,
ain't hitting the panic
a couple
button
things
yet.
go a
I
different
see it,
way,
though.
and we're 500 right now.
I see the panic button.
No, I could see it.
the
Oh,
table.
the panic
It's
button's
blinking
right.
red.
I see it.
It's blinking red.
Yeah.
And I might smash the glass soon.
Yeah,
But
I might break the glass soon just
I'm looking at it.
so I can hit it if I need to.
You know, in Spider-Man,
But-
when old boy is he hears the Green Goblin voice in the house. Mm-hmm. That's what I'm hearing. I'm hearing the panic button. I'm hearing the beep.
Yeah, it's
I don't know
talking to
what
me.
room it's specifically in, but I'm in the building
The
and I
beep
hear
is
the beep.
coming from inside the house. Yeah,
That's kind of where I'm at.
I've been saying it. I think I said it on one podcast earlier before the season, maybe. I don't know. But
William Defoe.
exactly.
That was his name. Sorry.
The Astros just need to get through April at or around 500. If they are no more than like 3 games under 500 at the end of April, I'm happy. Not happy. Obviously, that's not ideal, but we'll be okay.
Okay. Well, let's. Okay, hold on.
Positive vibes.
I don't even know. I think you're right. I think it's a credible reach for how bad this team has been playing. I don't even. Yeah, bad, I guess. But we're 3.5 out of the West.
Yeah.
The only thing that matters is the division. I mean, yes, the 1 seed and getting all that comes with it and home field advantage. Like, I'll worry about that in July. Right now, with the Chicken Littles running around, the sky is falling. You're only 3.5 out.
Yeah.
You should wake up and thank the baseball gods that the rest of the AL West is just spinning their wheels as well. Because you don't think they're having this conversation in Seattle right now?
Oh yeah.
Do you think they're not having this conversation up 45? I mean, I think they're about to boo Corey Seager, who just won the World Series MVP for them.
Mm-hmm.
Like, so you have time, and you have a lot of games, and you have a division that should be putting you away and didn't.
Yeah.
And there's a Dan Hurley video. I'm actually going to tweet this when he was at UConn before UConn won 2 national championships, and he just went, "You better get us now.
Yeah.
You better get us now because we're coming."
Bar. Hardest shit I've ever heard.
The vibes are great. Like new HQ. We're gonna
Yes.
be amped already, but you better get us now.
Yeah, I think it's definitely great overreaction on everybody's part. On opposing people to the Astros, saying that we're dead. On Astros fans saying that the sky's falling, like everything's over. Obviously, there's problems. There's going to be problems.
There's problems when you're
There's
starting
problems when you
rotation is in the IL.
Yeah, I mean, there's problems in any season, but there's not problems that are telling me that we're going to lose 100 games this season or anything crazy. Like, none of these issues are long-term outside of the first base position. We all know there's issues there, but starting rotation's coming back. We'll get them back, even if some people have setbacks. Like, we should get at least a few reinforcements.
There's got to be
in the
regression
rotation.
to the mean the other way.
Yeah,
Like, it's got to
100%.
turn positive. Just numbers.
If it doesn't turn positive, then there is an issue.
Well,
something happened. Something catastrophic happened.
Yeah,
but
I mean,
it's coming. It's
the
good
thing
things are
is,
coming.
The Astros have been, and the offense has been hitting the ball. They just haven't been driving those runners in.
Yeah.
And that is not going to happen over the whole course of 162
I think you just kind of have this sporadic gap of, and I said on I think the last 3 episodes that you get a hit, runners in scoring position, but there's already 2 outs.
Yeah.
So you're always expecting the big hit, but there's already 2 outs. You look at that Royals team, they shrunk 7 hits in a row against Hunter Brown. Probably Hunter Brown's tipping his pitches. They were hitting every single off speed. We can get into Hunter Brown to scores here in a bit. But when's the last time we've seen the Astros have 7 hits in a row, where they're just getting it to the next guy, getting it to the next.
Not since that first inning against the Yankees to start the season.
Yeah.
Not since then.
And so you're kind of, the conversation turns to, well, the Astros are straining guys on base, and their average with runners in scoring position is so low. Yeah, it is, but also they're getting those 4 or 5 opportunities with 2 outs, and to expect to get that big 2-out hit every single time, baseball doesn't work that way. You have to string those hits earlier, work counts earlier, and get that stuff going. And so obviously there's holes in the lineup. We've talked about it. There's not 2024 Astros we haven't seen yet, and we haven't seen that extended lineup. So I'm not too worried.
Yeah.
But it's hard as a fan to know when there's 2 outs are up, like, man, to get that 3rd hit, are we really going to get this 3rd hit? We already got 2. Like, we're going to get that 3rd. It's tough.
Question for you.
Yeah.
Is it a lineup construction issue, and are there any changes you would make to the current lineup?
You see, I know there's people online. I'm not going to, I don't think so. I mean,
like, would you flip Bregman and Tucker? Would you move Pena up somewhere?
I think at this point, I'd shake up the lineup in a game, but I'm not shaking up the lineup because of my current roster construction. I
Yeah.
think you've seen. Look, I'm a Dusty guy. Last year we saw him stay longer with Jose Abreu in the 5-hole.
Yeah.
This year with Espada, you've seen him drop him all the way to the 8-hole. So you have a plan of like, hey, I'm going to move guys up and down that are struggling. Also, am I going to shake up the lineup? Does that show concern to the guys? Does that show concern to the outward? Like, okay, we're hitting the panic
does it?
button.
Does it feel like we're hitting the panic button?
Baseball's weird. Like just flip the lineup. Bat Altuve last and Myers
Honestly,
first.
yeah,
I don't
I mean-
care. Like they're gonna just get weird with it one game.
I don't know
Not
why
against the
managers
Rangers,
don't do
but-
that more often, just to like, just shake off like a losing streak or something.
Yeah.
Just like fully flip around your lineup.
And
Just hit Altuve fourth, hit Pena first, hit.
you can get
don't
weird. I think the other side too is like the Astros are going to show up at a point where it's not just for one game. It's going to be for a series, and it's going to be for a week.
Oh, yeah.
And it's going to be for a month.
Well, yeah.
Question that everyone is valid to ask is when will that happen?
Well, let's look ahead. We'll get to the preview of the Rangers series.
You want to take?
What's up?
I would love a take.
You want to take?
What's up?
This is a safe space. You know what? Let's call this the Switzerland segment.
Okay.
Switzerland segment.
All right.
We're neither here or there.
We're
right in the
completely
middle.
new.
space.
It's a safe space.
Yeah.
That means you can't clip this. You can't
Yeah,
bookmark this
you're
for
only
later.
getting this if you're watching this segment.
Yeah.
It would be laugh out loud funny that the Astros take 4 of the next 6 against the Rangers and the Braves, 2 teams that are upper echelon in the league
Yeah.
of how bad we played. I think we take 5 of 6.
Say it again.
The Astros in the next 6 games take 5 of 6.
Say it one more time.
5 of 6. And that is my Switzerland.
You know,
You can't clip that. This is Switzerland. Like
Yeah.
this is a safe
You
space.
can't use that against us.
I like that.
I mean, when you think about it, everyone I think thinks the Astros are dead in the water right now going to these 2 series.
And they usually play best with their back against the wall.
It would be so fucking funny that they show up and they're like, "All right, we're here. The season starts at home. All the home troubles. You have a team that beat you in 23 to go to the World Series, and you have a team in 21 that won the World Series on your field. That show that both teams could hit in Minute Maid
It
Park.
sure would make me feel a lot better.
Yeah.
It
The
sure
vibes would be
would.
vibing. The vibes certainly would be vibing after
Yeah.
that.
Take what's his name? Our good friend from Jurassic Park, sex icon, long black hair,
Oh, Jeff Goldblum?
Jeff Goldblum. Life finds a way.
Yeah.
Baseball finds a way.
The Astros find a way.
What's
And-
your Switzerland take?
Well-
give me something.
Well, I thought we were going to take 3 out of 4 against the Rangers, and I thought we were going to sweep the Royals. So I shouldn't even make a take right now. But I will say this. I feel good about your take because the 3-game series against the Blue Jays, our last series at home, we put up almost 20 runs. I think we put up 19 total runs. So our offense woes at home might be dead. I don't know, hopefully. And if that's the case, I mean, we put up 8 unanswered runs against the Rangers after they went up 5-2. So, I mean, that bodes well. We can hit their bullpen pretty well.
Yeah.
I like it. I think we can take 2 out of 3 against the Rangers this weekend. I think we can. I don't know if we will. We'll see. I think we can, though. It's very, very good possibility.
It'd be totally this Astros team of the golden age where they're dead. The Astros are dead. Everyone is saying it. Every fan base is laughing. Every pundit is talking about it. Everyone is crowning new people, changing their flights from Houston in October to Baltimore or to New York, that this team would be like, okay, we're going to go run 5 of 6.
Yeah. Or just fully sweep. Fully sweep.
And it could be the other way. We could be in a hole drastically this time next week.
That's the trouble. So the Astros do have, after the Atlanta series, the Astros have about a month and a half of not easy teams, winnable series. So no matter how they come out of this Braves series, they have plenty of time to make the ground back up. But say they did get swept by both,
Oh,
4 and 16.
4-16 is tough to look at. It's tough on the eyes.
Just like that's a hole that might.
There's some hard
be-
conversations there.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Are we looking at some DFAs, some firings, some
Coaching changes.
I mean, I don't think so because that's still so early in the season. But seeing 4-16 on there would be awful.
It would be
Switzerland-
unprecedented for this
for
dynasty.
Sure. Yeah. My Switzerland take. I don't know how specifically it goes against the Rangers and Braves, but there's 15 games left in April. They go 13-2.
Man, these are some Switzerland-ass takes. Can't clip that. Can't clip that.
You can't. It's not allowed.
You're not allowed to clip that.
We'll copyright straight. Well, I don't know how people do that on
Cease and desist.
Cease and
if you
cease
clip
and
it.
desist.
We'll get our lawyer that's on retainer to cease and desist you.
Yeah.
Wow. That's why we call it the Switzerland segment. It's a total safe space to say whatever you want.
Yeah. Give us your Switzerland.
Give
takes
us
in
your
the- in the
Switzerland-
comments. Nobody
your
will
Switzerland
screenshot
take.
them.
No,
Nothing.
nothing.
Like, it's not allowed.
On the internet, it doesn't matter. On Al Gore's internet, nothing matters.
Right. Let's actually preview the rain.
Yes. I'll do one more thing.
Okay.
One more thing. We're out of Switzerland, so
Okay.
Onto the front lines.
do you move Hunter Brown to the bullpen when everyone's back?
Yes.
Because something's not right. I don't know maybe he's tipping. I mean, the Kansas City Royals and Rangers hit every off speed that was thrown in the vicinity of the plate.
When both Verlander and
Framber.
are back,
Framber.
yeah, I think you do because you don't send him down. I think
No.
he's at the he's past the point of being a prospect to where you're sending him up and him down. I don't think he needs to be sent down, but I do think he needs to work on things. I do think being in the bullpen gives him less of a chance of a team game planning him. Really, because I think he gets outthinked, outthought. I think he gets outmaneuvered because the team as a whole, they sit there, they have their hitters meetings and they go over the scouting report and they really gear up for him.
There's something on tape.
There's something on tape, whether it's tipping, whatever it is, they have him. I think the element of surprise of him coming in the sixth when to face a couple batters that they haven't really, their focus isn't fully on Hunter Brown. He can come in with his stuff and operate.
Damn, that's a good take.
I think I like that. I do
good
think
take.
I like that, especially like later in the season when Luis might be back or Lance. Yeah, I like that.
I think it's possible that Hunter Brown. Do you remember when we were trying to make Brian Abreu a starter, and it just wasn't happening? I think Hunter Brown just maybe is a high leverage bullpen guy at heart, with his stuff and his approach. Like you said, I mean, he gets outmaneuvered, so maybe don't put him in early in games. Put him in late when he's pumping 98, 99, 95 slider. I mean, him as a starter right now, obviously, there's problems, and we have reinforcements coming for the starting rotation.
Yeah.
And don't send them down. I think the only answer is make him a high leverage relief pitcher.
Yeah.
I think that's
I don't
what it
know
is.
if I fully believe on this long term,
Yeah.
but for this season
Short-term for
with
sure.
all the starting pitching depth, if all these reinforcements are coming back, and if Ronell keeps pitching how he's pitching, if JP keeps being able to go 5 2/3, a couple run, like he's just a solid. He's pitching solid every time. If the other guys are performing, and Hunter's not, then yeah.
Yeah, and I think going in the Kansas City series, and we'll shift to the Rangers, when your ace gets scratched and placed on the IL, puts a lot of pressure on everyone else.
Yeah.
You call up Blair, who's not expecting to be called up, pushes everyone back. You're game planning for other stuff. Hunter wasn't supposed to pitch that day, the Thursday game. He should have pitched the Wednesday game, right?
Yeah, I
If we
think he
stayed
got
on.
pushed back.
You get the guys out of routine. Spencer gets called up. He gets his clock starts, Everything just changes when your ace gets scratched. So I think that's something that compounded a little bit in that week.
Yeah, I mean, we're definitely coming back home limping from.
Oh, for sure. Look,
Yeah.
there's no homerism. The Astros got their ass beat.
Oh, for sure.
And the bully took the lunch money.
Yeah.
Now you either sit there and cry about it, or you do something about it. You have an opportunity now with the first place team of the division coming back down I-45 to play. You got to throw a punch back.
Yeah.
And there's a perfect opportunity to take care of business at home. Finally, hopefully we could say they put the home woes, away, like you said, at least offensively, and get this shit done. Because you know what, the Rangers are coming down I-45, thinking that they're going to do what the Kansas City Royals just did to the Houston Astros. Yeah. I guarantee you that.
Oh, for sure. They're licking their chops to beat us while we're down.
They think we're
sure.
easy pickings right now, which that's I think, like you said, which one of y'all said it? We play better when our backs are against the walls. So
like a feral animal.
Yeah. Hey, do not corner a wounded animal.
Do not.
Don't do that.
Don't do it.
Fight or flight will kick in. Yeah, dude, you don't want to do that.
Yeah, you hear that? You don't want to do that. To preview, do you have the matchups?
Yeah, so we have France versus Dunning. Friday night. We have Blanco versus Heaney, Saturday, 3:00 game. Uvalde versus Javier, Sunday, 1:00 game. Is this Uvalde's
No, it's just
second start back?
Yeah.
He's been back. Okay.
He's got a lot of punchies. I think he's what, 2-0?
And 19 Ks with a 1.45 ERA. Yeah, he's doing it. Specific to this series, I think you got to win game one. I think Friday night is really, really. It's too early to say this, but I'm just going to say it for the dramatic effect. This Friday night might be one of the most important games of the season to this point.
I can agree with that.
This is
you got to stop the skid. You need to win the Friday night game at home against your rival to then be able to look at the next 2 days and be like, okay, we need to win. Obviously, you want to win every game, but you win that Friday night and you're like, okay, just need to win one more of this and we win the series.
Hot.
Yeah, then you start rolling. I think if you lose Friday night, it's not good. It's looking bleak. But I mean, like I've been saying, the end goal is finishing April around 500. You got to win Friday night to start doing that.
Yeah, I think, man, it's gonna be an all-out war tonight. The biggest thing about this team, and I'll just keep leaning on it until they prove me wrong, and at that point I'm probably going down with the ship. I hit the iceberg, but I'm not going to count this team out when they know what the stakes are. Yeah, I mean, they lost last year in the ALCS. Baseball happens, shit happens. But at 4-10, it's not like these guys are consummate professionals. They're not going to lay down and quit. Like,
oh yeah,
they want to keep this party going. So I think with tonight, you have an opportunity to kind of re-galvanize the fan base. You have an opportunity to send a message to everyone else on the outside, like, hey, we're not going quietly in the good night. And an opportunity to cut the division lead down. Like, look, throw the records out the fucking window. You're 3.5 out. Like,
yeah.
There's 148 games left. I think 162 minus 14.
Math is math.
148.
Math is math.
Damn, that was good fucking math, dude. That's some ACT math right there.
Man, good job.
That's NIA math right there, baby. I think
they're still working on Frammer's elbow.
Speaking of roster construction,
that's a good. That's a
good pull.
I think JP France is pitching his fucking tail off. You have Ronel Blanco, who's been a godsend, and then what was the last one? Javier
versus Uvalde. That's it.
So that's gonna be really good. Hopefully we have 2 secured before going to that game, because that's a big swing game. I just want to see some fucking smiles in the dugout. Yeah. I just want to see,
have some fun.
just play loose. And I think that one of the things that stayed with me, and Terry Poole told us this when he was obviously my college coach. By now, everyone knows that. But one run, he would tell us when we lost games, like W's and L's obviously are on the players. He goes, but 1-run games are on me. He goes, if we lose by 1 or we win by 1, that shit falls on me at the end of the day. Like, he's like, that's what keeps me up. He goes, in those 1-run games, if we're above 500, that means we're going to have a pretty damn good year. And it's not fair to put that on Espada and other coaches, but that's kind of the mentality and kind of always in my scope, because I was just told to me for 4 years straight that, hey, like, baseball fucking happens. You're going to lose 50, 60 fucking games. That just happens. We're, kind of 20% of the way there already in April.
You
but
got a bunch of them out of the way.
That pot is already allocated. Those 1-run games, look, they're going to keep Joe Espada up at night. And I think he made the right decisions. The ball just didn't go your way.
I mean, when you have your big 3 reliever, I mean, we don't have to keep harping on these losses, but when you have your big 3 relievers and you put them in the spots that everybody agrees is the game plan, you get through 6 and then you put Abreu, Presley.
What fan is not doing that?
You should win those games. And when they don't execute, shit happens.
Yeah.
Ball happens.
And ball happens.
All happens, man.
Ball happens. You know what we really need? You know what rights the ship?
What?
Dave Swaddle.
Where's Coach Dave when you need him?
Coach Billy.
He's Coach Dave and Coach Billy they've been off the grid for a little bit. They need to come back and help.
I think that's what needs to change.
Absolutely.
Let me give you some matchups that you might want to do some picks for tonight.
Okay.
Price picks at
use code Apollo.
Code Apollo. Match your deposit up to $100.
Jose Altuve against Dane Dunning in 13 at bats has a 1563 OPS.
Woo, buddy. More than
Yordan Alvarez in 11 at bats has a 1442 OPS.
More than
Dubon in 4 at bats has a 1250 OPS. Myers in 4 at bats has 1100 OPS. Tucker in 16 at bats has an 853 OPS. We should score some runs tonight.
Gonna
like
have
that.
to.
I like that.
Gonna have to.
Yeah.
Like you said, we're cornered right now, and one win, and no one likes beating the Rangers more than Astros fans. The vibes would be vibing in the whole city
vibes would be so
if we
bad.
just take 2 out of 3.
Hey.
Oh.
I think I need a emergency Switzerland segment real quick.
Okay.
What do you do at first base?
Like for this weekend or long term for the season?
I'm saying like
I think
May 1st.
May 1st. I think the first move is to, unfortunately, say goodbye to John Singleton, call up Lou Perfito, and give him his shot, and give him 30 at-bats, give him his shot starting a couple games, and if he's raking, Jose Abreu is still struggling, then the next step is by August, by July, whatever, if Lou Perfito is performing good enough, and Abreu is still struggling like he has been, which I don't think he will, but I'm just saying, then
Speak your truth. It's Switzerland segment. Emergency Switzerland.
Then you DFA Jose Abreu.
I agree with that, and it's not called rushing your prospects. It's called giving your prospects a chance. Yeah, giving them a chance. Because when Chaz came up in 21, we were who is Chaz? Who is this guy Chaz? Why is he starting in the outfield? Immediately just makes an impact.
That's not George Springer.
Yeah. It's what?
That's not George Springer.
Dude, y'all should just sign Springer. Chaz
Bro,
comes
dude.
in. He's just good. He's good. He's a great, impactful player. Lou Perfito could come in and immediately make an impact.
Yeah,
just give him a chance.
That's why I'm not saying like immediately, like people are calling to just immediately drop Jose Abreu, and I'm like,
Nah, he can't.
I still believe he could turn it around. You have a whole bet on it. I think
I'm not committed.
I think he could turn it around, but I'm also like, I'm not fully like Homer optimistic about it. I don't think envision him all of a sudden flipping a switch and having 900 OPS. But
It could happen.
you can't. I don't think you just switch out Joey Lee Perfido for Jose Abreu right now. Like that's we don't have a. He's not ready.
Ease him in.
You got to ease him in. I think John Singleton is coming towards the end of his leash. I said before the season that I thought he would get 100 at bats before we drop him. With how it's looking now, he might not reach 50.
Yeah.
But I think we're getting to the point in the next few weeks where
Decisions will be made.
the decision will be made as far as the backup. I think they still give Jose Abreu at least a couple months.
Yeah, I mean, I'm pot committed with my take, so I got to triple down. I mean, Jose Abreu will have a higher 620 OPS by May 5th.
Let's run it then.
I mean, if he...
The thing is, if he doesn't,
yeah.
what are we doing?
No, I mean, Father Time is undefeated, and that's a real conversation. Yeah, I mean, look, I think the Jose Abreu signing wasn't wrong. I think
Yeah.
everyone
has hindsight.
Everyone wanted, that was the succession plan. Like, hey, this guy's a free agent, Yuli's gone, like that. I think the economics was obviously rearing its ugly head now.
Yeah.
29, was it 19 million this year, 19 million next?
The money is high.
The economics was always wrong. Everyone can agree with that. I don't think the process of going after him was, like, I don't think that was the wrong decision. I wanted Jose Abreu. I think everyone was pumped when Jose Abreu signed to be a Houston Astro.
yeah.
It was just the economics behind it. You're just like, shit.
I think everybody has hindsight
man.
on the matter. I think everybody's like, what a dumb decision. But if you look at his numbers, he had an 824 OPS in a full season, a 300 average in the full season before he came over. His power had dropped, but he still had 40 doubles and 824 OPS the season before the Astros signed him. So you're looking at that and you're like, okay, he's going to age. That's going to drop a little bit. You know, the bell curve, the age, or whatever. You expect that to drop maybe to like a 790 OPS. You're like, I can live with that. At a first baseman, that's way higher than Yuli did the year before.
Yeah.
Everybody wants to talk about like how it was a bad decision. It still should have been. It still kind of was last year an upgrade over Yuli.
Yeah.
You did not expect,
Especially in September.
you did not expect his
September,
back
October.
to be hurt. You did not expect his OPS to drop to 679 last year and so far 227 this year.
Yeah, I mean, I was getting blown away by 92.
Yeah, I mean, I think even the stat nerds who looked at his probably his hard to hit and they were like, oh, you can clearly see a decline. I think everybody knew. I don't think anybody thought we were going to get an MVP Jose Abreu,
Yeah.
but
You just expect
you expected
top line production.
You expected
at first
like
base
like
with this team.
a solid 6 hitting Jose Abreu first baseman. I think that's what everybody expected.
I think the other side is that you kind of the reap what you sow, and this third year is going to be aged terribly, but you're not sitting on a Lindor contract or a Javier Baez.
It's not
contract.
a 10-year. Yeah.
Right now, in the now on this run, it's terrible. It is a definite landmine that we are stepped on. And do you lift your foot and you know you're going to blow up? Maybe you survive, but you're going to lose your leg.
Yeah.
Or maybe your buddy can get underneath that mine and deactivate it. I don't
It's
know.
got serious real quick.
I don't know.
Yeah, that was fucking dark. dude.
but it's not a 6-year contract. It's not a Javi Baez. It's not a Lindor. So
Yeah.
now it fucking sucks.
Yeah, I don't think it hurts the window long term. I think it's frustrating currently in this year.
Yeah, and that's why we call it the Switzerland segment.
Well,
Yeah.
before we close out, I have a quick Switzerland
Okay.
take.
All right.
And we don't have to talk about it that much because there's actually no logic behind it. It's just what I feel.
Yeah,
Okay.
this is what the whole
Hey,
point of the
speak your
segment
truth.
is. Speak your truth.
When Verlander comes back and is on the active roster, Hunter Brown will start to pitch his ass off. Because you know what I feel? Did y'all ever grow up with older friends? You have
Yeah.
older friends, and y'all get into the older kids' hangouts, and you're like, "Fuck, I got my guy right here, dude. I'm on top of it. All right, I have motion right now." That's Hunter Brown with Justin Verlander. I just feel like when Justin Verlander, JV is on the active roster, Hunter Brown is the best version of himself, or at least a really good version of himself. When he's not on the roster, he's got problems. There's no logic behind that. You can honestly, that might not be a difference maker at all. But I just feel like when JV comes back,
I like
Hunter
that.
Brown will have this big bro, the guy he looks up to back, right there in the dugout with him, and he'll be better.
Yeah.
He'll be
Okay.
way better.
I like
Way
that.
better than 16 ERA or whatever he has right now.
Doesn't look good for our prize picks season long.
No.
No.
But we're not going to talk about
But we don't talk about that. It's still early.
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's my Switzerland take.
All right.
I like that. Love that.
All right. Well, looking forward to this series. Big night tonight.
I'll be there.
Yeah.
Say welcome to the Titanic if you see me at the game, because I'm going down with the ship.
Yeah, dude, I'm going out with you.
Women and children first. I'm right here. Women and children, get into the lifeboats. I'm staying. I'm going down. I'm going down. I'm gonna be like the captain walking around.
Yeah.
No, the designer of the boat when he's
Yeah.
like looking at.
Oh, you're
all,
looking
you
at
know?
that clock or
That's
whatever.
fucking
like,
me,
and it's
dude.
like looking at that mantle.
Take
Yeah.
me down, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Take me to church.
You know where I might be at? I don't think I'm going to go to the game, but I might go check it out. I might go watch it at Big City Wings tonight.
that was a good plug.
I might go hang out.
Big City
Watch the
Wings,
game.
Houston's Wing Joint, Apollo's Wing Joint. Head out to East Downtown. Pre-game, post-game. They have their new limited time offer menu: the jalapeno wings, the crawdaddy wings, the bang bang crawfish fries, dumpster fries, the piggy bullets, funnel cake fries, Texas pulled pork sandwich, blue cheese bacon burger, and 5 new drinks. They have Purple Rain, Swamp Water, Shasta Blaster, Texas Pickle Rita, and our boy Garrett lost a bet
Yes, he did.
and now has to work a shift at Big City Wings. So we will let you guys all know when he is working that shift, because we
you
will be
make sure-
there.
yeah, you make sure you come by.
We'll make it a whole thing.
Yeah.
But Garrett is a one. It's like when a player signs like a 1-day contract to retire.
Yeah.
So we should do that. You should sign a 1-day
We should
contract,
get a
and
picture
then
of
we
you signing.
retire. And then we retire you after your shift.
Yeah.
They should hang up my shirt.
Dude, actually,
Frame it.
actually, Sam, can we hang Garrett's work shirt in the rafters?
Yeah.
Like, we're adding that to the bet.
Can my shirt say first and last day so people just know when I'm like stupid, and then they're like, hey, it's just like it's like a Make-A-Wish thing for him, you know? To work at Big Cities.
Oh, I'm going to tell
I wanna go
everybody.
easy
Oh,
on him.
everyone.
And yell at you.
It's going to be great. It's going to be content. Also to our other sponsors, U.S. Coins and Jewelry Celebrity Mint. National Coin Week is coming up April 21st. They have a lot of big things planned, a lot of athletes, Houston legends, doing a lot of stuff at U.S. Coins and Jewelry. And also, if you can't get to Big City Wings and Edo and you're on the north side, head over to Space Cadet. It's a Friday fiesta, the $2 tacos.
Yep.
They have specials on wings, specials on drinks. Their happy hours 4 to 7. So if you're on the north side, head over to Space Cadet. Tell them that everyone in Apollo sent you guys, and we will see you after the Ranger series. And
Yep.
buckle up; it's gonna be fun. See you guys at the game.
Well, thank you for watching and listening to Beyond the Diamond podcast. I'm Josh. That's Dez. Garrett behind the camera.
Yep.
We will see you next time.
Watch Astros. See Astros.
Love you guys.